Welcome back to the Professional Edge. My name's Todd, tax attorney, certified financial planner, host here on the Professional Edge for over 5 years. And what we're talking about this week or this episode is actually pensions. The hometown team here in Columbus, Georgia announced Aflac that we're going to freeze the pension. And there's been a lot of talk and a lot of discussion on what might be the best option. Well, it's called cash flow management, and it's called financial planning. So when you go into retirement, that's what a pension's for, is for your retirement income. Well, we need to make some calculations. What's going to be the best bet on making that election? And this election is going to be an irrevocable election, meaning you get to make it once, don't make a mistake, and therefore when we make this best decision, we need to make some calculations, meaning what's in your 401k account? Do you have any rental property? What's your Social Security benefits? What sources of income are you going to have in retirement? And then the other thing is, when are you going to retire? And then we also have to take in longevity risk. Does your family live to be in their late 90s, or are they all dead at the age of 72? Nobody's made it past 72 for some reason in your family. So those are things that we take a look at, make the calculation, and see what makes the most financial sense. Now, this is not just look at the form and select a box and be done and wait till the last minute. You all have time to make some of these calculations, and that's what we've been doing here down at the Cunningham Center, and also on Zoom or Teams meeting. Be in the comfort of your home. We jump on a call and we have a conversation and see what makes the best option. Don't listen to your other colleagues in the office because their situation is completely different than yours. This is an individual, irrevocable decision. So to start that conversation, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. The other thing that we do is we incentivize our listeners to get all their planning done. We're halfway through 2024. We have an election coming up this year. The debate is already under wraps, the first one, and we supposedly have 2 more scheduled. It doesn't depend on who you are, whether you're a Republican, Independent, Democrat, doesn't matter, because your financial planning has to last. Unfortunately, you are the first generation of longevity risk. So you have to plan for a 20-year retirement plan. Yes, 20 years. Now, your parents only had to plan for about 10. Well, this is the first generation for 2 decades of planning for your safe and secure retirement. So making this pension election will have an impact on that, you, the participant, and also on you, meaning your spouse's survival as well. So again, we need to make this calculation to try and make the best financial decision for you and your family on, well, do we need to take just the 100% option, or should we take a 66 2/3 with a 1/3 remainder option, or should we take the 50-50? Now, there's a cost to making these elections. So with that cost it's basically a discounted monthly benefit for the individual participant. But that discounted is, quote, actually in parentheses or in quotation marks, paying for the benefit of the surviving spouse. So there's a remainder benefit going to the surviving spouse. And yes, there's a cost. Now, have you ever thought about that cost per month to do a 50-50? Well, what if we put that difference, you elect a full 100% zero survivor benefit, and the difference in that cash flow, we go out and see if you are eligible for insurance. Yes, everyone hates that life insurance word, but you take that money that you would have been giving up if you had the 50-50 survivor and see what type of insurance you could actually buy. So therefore, the surviving spouse would receive this life insurance, and guess what? There's a tax benefit to having this life insurance because it's going to come income tax free. Now, comparison with the survivorship option on the pension, it's all going to be taxable income. So now you got to put on your tax hat, being a CPA and a tax attorney. That's the other thing that we help our clients with, is what is the net after-tax spendable income that the surviving spouse is going to get? And would they be better off receiving a death benefit from an insurance company, basically taking the difference in the pension monthly benefit and use that to fund a life insurance policy? And then they would receive this income tax-free, a lump sum, and let's design an income stream from that lump sum. So that's another thing that you have to consider on doing. Are you insurable? That's number one, whether that option's available for you at all. And then number two, what type of insurance? And we may have a return of premium insurance. We may have a permanent insurance. We may have a universal index life. We might have just a whole life policy. So these are all the different considerations that we help our clients as individuals of estate management counselors that we have, that we help them make these decisions so they get to that safe and secure retirement. So to start that conversation on what your individual best option might be, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. So we're back to making this pension election. So we gave out sort of a strategy is, we're going to take number one, 100% zero survivor option. We're going to then take the difference of those funds that a 50-50 option would be and go shop a life insurance policy to see if you're insurable for that and see what that death benefit would be. And does that make financial sense? Because the income tax benefit of a income tax-free death benefit would possibly produce more after-tax spendable income for the surviving spouse. That might not be an option that you are seeing on your pension election form. It's not there. They don't want you to consider that. Well, as a certified financial planner, that's something that we should consider. That's something that we do consider when making these elections. So again, to start the conversation, 877-654-9798. Or we run the math and you are uninsurable, well then, you know what? The insurance option is not available. So let's go to number two. What if we do a just single life option? You're very healthy and you have other resources available for your surviving spouse. Well, there's a magic sort of tipping point on when you win this calculation. So let's see where that is, and to make sure your surviving spouse is going to have enough resources to where they do not have to compromise their retirement, because when you elect the 100% zero survivor benefit, then that cash flow evaporates when you pass away. So is your surviving spouse going to be okay if you pass away 1 year into retirement after electing this pension? Or if we go on down the road at 10 years and then also at 15 years, because your surviving spouse may live at 10 to 15 years after you pass away. So with that being said, we have to run the numbers. There's no real option B or C are the magic answers. We have to run the numbers to see what exactly makes the most financial sense. So again, that's the work of a tax attorney, a CPA, and a certified financial planner, because that is an irrevocable decision that you are going to make. Yes, once you make it, you're stuck with it. Then they may give you an option within a pension plan that you, if you freeze this option, you're allowed to take a lump sum today. Well, you know what? It's a discounted value, especially if you're younger. They may say you have an option to take $75,000 today. Or if you wait and you take your pension when you're 65 we're going to give you, let's call it $1,200 a month for a 100% zero survivor benefit. Well, you know what? You got to put your cap on, because if you elect the 100% zero benefit to the surviving spouse, then when you pass away, any of those resources are left with the company. You don't get anything. Your estate doesn't get anything. Your kids don't get anything. But if you elect the lump sum, now you can roll that out usually to a tax-deferred account, being an IRA. Won't pay tax on it right now, but now you have control of that capital. So you get the ability to invest those assets and hopefully get a higher rate of return than leaving them on deposit with the pension company. So that's another item for consideration if that's an option that's being made available to you when this pension is being frozen. There's a rollout option, there's a defer option, there is a 100% zero survivor option, there's a 66 and 2/3 and 1/3 survivor benefit, or a 50-50 option. So if this is all more confusing than making any sense, you have the ability, there are choices right now. But once you make the choice, it's irrevocable and you're stuck with that choice. So wouldn't it make sense to sit down, have a conversation, and try and make the best choice for your individual situation? To start that conversation, give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. And being a listener here on the Professional Edge, you know there's more to your financial planning than just this one pension election. Well, let's see what this pension election has as it influences your Social Security election, because you may say, you know what, if I go with the 50-50 option, then I can defer when I elect my Social Security, but my spouse can elect their Social Security to begin with, and that would make the most economic sense. Sounds pretty complicated, but we do this all the time here at Estate Management Counselors. I welcome the opportunity to assist you and your family in making the right financial decisions for that safe and secure retirement. Again, go to our website, www.emc the bundle. That is Echo Mary Charlie the bundle. It is a great discounted value to our listeners here on the Professional Edge. That's the only way you get it. You got to ask for it. So again, that's one way to start a conversation, or you can give our office a call at 877-654-9798. That number again, 877-654-9798. My name's Todd, tax attorney, CPA, and certified financial planner, host here on the Professional Edge for north of 5 years. Stay tuned. We have more coming up.
We've all thought about it. Everyone listening will need one. Not having one can cause untold heartache, family conflict escalating to the point of a lawsuit. One simple thing that avoids all that: an effective estate plan. As a practicing tax attorney, Todd with Estate Management Counselors has completed over 1,000 estate plans during his 15 years of professional practice. He can help you implement an effective estate plan, coordinate your financial accounts, and make sure you have named the proper beneficiaries to maximize your tax savings. Call 877-654-9798 today and let tax attorney Todd help you implement an effective estate plan. Call 877-654-9798 today. As a tax attorney, CPA, for over 15 years, Todd has implemented over 1,000 individual estate plans. He has recently authored an especially helpful guide, How to Unlock the Ultimate Estate Plan. This guide has helped many individuals to understand the benefits of an estate plan and how to avoid unintended disasters. has made every attempt to write this in plain English. To receive this valuable guide, How to Unlock the Ultimate Estate Plan, call 1-877-654-9798 and request your complimentary copy today, or by emailing your request to info@emcadvisors.net.